This is the 3D Tarot from Scarabeo. It comes in a plastic tuck box, and that way they can do the 3D actually on the box. You can see that the sword, which changes position slightly, appears more in the foreground. This is by Davide Corsi. He's the creator of this deck. On the back, we have a Justice. If we turn, she does make some minor changes, but you can see the effect of the 3D is pretty cool. It does come with a guidebook, which really doesn't get into the 3D technology or anything. It's basically just basic information about the cards that everybody pretty much has. A little white book that would have that same information. So I don't know why they didn't include much information on the way they created this 3D. But this effect has been around since at least the 1950s. Because when I was a kid, I could get cards and turn them a little bit, and the characters would jump across the card, kind of like. Okay, major arcana only. Some of the cards detect movement, and some of the cards just appear 3D. The Fool does change. Notice his right rose moves back in front of the satchel as I turn this card. But you can see the depth and the perception of depth and so forth in the card, even if there's not a lot of movement. The back of the card is paper, very beautiful back, I like it. The front of the card is plastic. If we compare it with a universal weight, we see that the card is a bit wider and quite a bit taller in height than the universal weight, which is a standard tarot card size. Okay, moving on to the Magician. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, he changes position a bit. Okay. But you can see the perception of depth is increased by this technology. Okay, our High Priestess. And he changes a little bit of head movement there, primarily. Okay, we have our Empress. I love that shield and the way the shield appears much more in the foreground. She doesn't appear to change in position much, but the 3D effect is still there. Here's our Emperor. And not much change in his position as I turn the card. But look at the Ram statues, how they're so much more closer to us than the Emperor appears. Okay, the Hierophant. Again, we don't see a lot of activity as we turn the card, but the two subjects are definitely more pronounced in the foreground than the Emperor. The Hierophant, I'm sorry. Okay, I got a graphic nudity warning here for our Lovers card. The technology in this effect is such that they can create greater detail using the plastic part of the card versus the paper back. They can create more detail, so it seems more realistic. But here we have the Lovers. We have our glorious angel in the back and the two lovers in the front. Okay, the Chariot. You have the Chariot. Don't see a bunch of activity as I turn the card. Well, yep, no, there's a little bit there. Okay, a little bit, he changes a little bit there. But the animals in the foreground are much clearer and really noticeable due to this technology. Strength, we have a strength figure here. She does change position slightly. Yep, Lion and her both change position slightly. Okay, the Hermit. Got the Hermit here. And let's see, yep, he changes position slightly. I like his attire, and I like his beard and stuff on it. It's a good Hermit card, pretty cool. Hey, this is one of my favorite cards in the deck, I think. The Wheel of Fortune. This figure on the right here is an Anubis. That was an Egyptian deity with the body of a man and the head of a dog. And he was a protector of graves and so forth. On the left, we see a column and a serpent in front of it. The serpent represents divine energy. But very nice wheel card. I love the use of white and matched against the gold there. Very nice wheel. Justice. We saw that in the back of the box, and she doesn't appear to change position much, but notice I moved the card. Her sword moves from side to side. Very nice. Hey, our hanged man. He's hanging out. Let's see if we can get him upright. There we go. Well, yeah, he moves his head a little bit. Okay. Okay, so that's our hanged man. And Death. We have Death. He does shift in his chair a little bit. So it's a nice Death card. Good artwork on it. Temperance. See what happens here on Temperance. Nope, not much movement in the figure, but we do see how the 3D comes out in the card. The objects in her hand are appear to be much closer than her wings. Okay, the Devil. Should be interesting. Another graphic warning here on nudity. Now the Devil is changing position. The subject's not as much, but the Devil does change position. This is a very cool Tower card. I like these figures falling. I love that green costume on that figure. But very dynamic Tower card. It's actually beautiful if you really look at it. Very nice. Okay, the Star. She's doing her star stuff here. Not much activity as I turn the card. Oh, nope, there she did. She moved her head. Okay, so nicely done. Coming up on the Moon. We've got the dog and the wolf, and they do change position slightly, as does the Moon. The Moon shifts over towards the right, and then back to the left. Okay, our Sun card. Sun, we got a couple of young boys here, and they're riding a horse and doing their thing. Hey, we have Judgment. Let's see what happens with this card. Yep, there's a slight change in position of the angel with her trumpet. And the figures on the bottom here are also moving a little bit. And finally, wrapping up the deck, we have the World. Let's see what happens here. Well, a little bit of movement, not much. But still a nice World card. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. I picked this up from Llewellyn and went at 35% off. I think it was like $17, and including shipping and tax and whatnot. But anyways, that's it. So I thought I'd show it to you in case you're interested in an unusual Major Arcana deck. And the cards are nice. They got good thickness to them, and I'm not sure how they shuffle, but it should be okay. But anyways, please like it. Please hit the like if you like it. And once again, thanks so much for watching.